Hey, let's do some SAT math, and we're going to move on. So this was taken from an actual SAT, and I went ahead and labeled it for you. And here's what it says right here. So it says Module 1, Section 1, but here's the actual question number. It says, what percentage of 300 is 75? So I took the variable y instead of x. Let me say that right. I took the variable y, and then we're going to solve for y. That's step one. So you just take any variable. Now you take y over 100, since the basic unit for percentages is 100. A lot of people are going to be inclined to choose 225 because they're going to think, well, half of 300 is 150. So a little bit more is this. Let me get through this. You should automatically scratch off 3 because probably they're not going to give you an answer within an answer. And if you think about it, 50 times 6 is 300. But if you're thinking that way, you realize that this would be like closer to 60% or 6%, so that would be wrong too. So you only have like really 2 choices, but let's go through the long math and figure it out. Okay, so you have y over 100, and you take what is given to you. Here are the steps here, but what it's really asking you is what percentage of 300 is 75, and don't forget that the answer was already given to you. What percent of 300 of this number is going to give you that number? That's what that's asking you. So y times 100. Let's move on. This is y over 100. So y times 300 is going to give you 300y over 100. And you're going to see on the next slide that we go ahead and write it out like this. But then you cross that out, you have 3 over 1. And 3 over 1y is, of course, what? It's 3. So this will come out to 3y. That's on the next slide. So just went through some extra steps here. 3y equals 75, and then when you go over here and you take 3 into 75, 3 times 2 is 6, carry down, 1, 5, 3 times 5, 15, 0, it's 25, so this is your answer, it's 25%. Move on. This is simple algebra. Don't let this x to the second power scare you. Okay, or x squared. Just do what's normal. You have a fraction, turn this 36 over 1 into a fraction, and let's move on. And then you have 1 times x squared is going to give you x squared. And then say I'm cross multiplying, 25 times 36 is going to give you 900, and then you're going to see on the next page, it's going to be x squared equals 900. So x squared equals 900. Now when you get rid of this 2, in order to get rid of this 2, you cannot leave this here, because if you get rid of this 2, if you don't get rid of this 2, you're going to get 900. And see how they put this answer here? But guess what? That's not the answer. It is a solution to the equation, but the equation is asking you to solve for x, and I don't know what they taught you in algebra, but this is really not solved until this is gone and this x is here. So in order to get rid of this x squared, you have to throw the square root bracket over here, and this becomes the square root of 900. And then any number times itself, which is 30 times 30 is 90, so your answer is B, and if you check yourself, that's what the answers have. So that was just 2 done for you, and I'd like to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, we're at jacobitslearning@gmail.com.